I know this gets said a lot where everybody says about every single round of Premier League football, what an amazing week. But let me just say about this week, what an amazing week we have of Premier League football. I mean, the games just stack up, don't they? We've got the North London derby. We've got Man City versus Chelsea. We've got some replays of what happened in the FA Cup with Man Utd Villa, West Ham Leeds. And we've also got the kind of derby between Palace and Brighton, and all manner of games down the bottom and the top of the league. So it's an exciting weekend of Premier League football, and it's quite nice to get back to it after the FA Cup, because when Oxford go out in the first round, who really cares about the FA Cup? Am I right, folks? Am I right? And we're not doing predictions anymore. I don't want your predictions down in the comments. I want you to do something different. I want you to name the team you support, and I want you to tell me what you need to do to strengthen in this January window. And if you do put your predictions and you don't put what I ask, I will know that you haven't listened to a single word I've said in this video. You haven't even watched it, and that just makes me sad. But where to start? There's too many good games to pick from. I'm torn between the North London derby or the City-Chelsea game, so I think the only fair thing to do is to toss a coin. There's a bloody coin. Good old 50p. Let's do heads is North London derby. Tails will do Man City versus Chelsea. Oh! Bugger it, let's do Chelsea versus Man City, shall we? That is a good place to start. Who can stop City, the runaway leaders? Are they going to make it 11 wins in a row? Chelsea need to do it, don't they? If they don't do it, you kind of think their title race is over. If it's not already over already, they have to stop City in this one. I talk about it every week, but surely Chelsea are going to have to play a little bit like what Arsenal did against City. High tempo, play quite direct, get the ball up to Lukaku as quick as you can and play off him and let him be the dominant beast that we know he can be. City, when they played this game at Stamford Bridge, City just absolutely dominated it. Chelsea tried to do what they did last season and just kind of sit there and contain them and try and nick a goal and win 1-0, which they did not once, twice, but thrice in League, FA Cup and Champions League final. But it didn't work earlier on in the season. City got that goal and all of a sudden Chelsea then came out and played. So I'd like to see Chelsea be a bit more on the front foot, but who can realistically stop this City side? Who can stop that passing machine, the likes of Bernardo Silva in the goals, isn't he? And whoever other type of players they pick. And as they showed, I know it was against Swindon, and nobody likes Swindon, that they can pick any manner of youth players and they can all come in and look brilliant. You'd be foolish, wouldn't you? You'd be absolutely foolish to back against Man City. Only a fool would do it. Well, guess what? Label me a fool. I have a feeling Chelsea are going to win this one. I have a feeling that the title race is back alive. I'm going for Manchester City 1, Chelsea 2. And I think we are all hoping that that is a barnstorming game. And I think we're all expecting that the North London derby is going to be the same. I think we're thinking Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, Spurs versus the Gunners is going to be a fantastic game. It should be. The way both teams play, you can't expect it to be defensive. Arsenal played brilliantly against Man City. They just got knocked out of the FA Cup to Forest, so they'll be smarting a little bit from that one. But that's Arsenal's plan. Arsenal's plan is to concentrate on the league. Get those distractions out of the way. Get out of the FA Cup. Get out of that League Cup semi-final. Concentrate on that league. Concentrate trying to nick a Europa League or Champions League spot. But in seriousness, look, they've got two sides, as I said. They're gonna go for it. I expect this to be a very physical game as well. I expect to see a lot of bad challenges and a lot of bookings in there. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a red card, although refs do like to be a little bit more lenient when derbies are involved. And you know Kane never gets sent off anyway. But it's Tottenham are, I don't think they're a great side, but they've got quality players in there. Mora, Kane, Son. Mora sometimes, but he's doing it at the moment. Arsenal, Martinelli looks brilliant. I really like Gabriel Martinelli. He's looking so good. I hope he stays injury free because Arsenal really need him. He looks good every time he goes forward. He's got pace. He's a great finisher. And I really think this is going to be a high-scoring game. You know I'm a sucker for the Gunners, so I'm going to be backing them. But this could even be a high-scoring draw. It could go Spurs' way, but I'm going to go for a bit of a gunslinger in North London. I'm going to go for Tottenham 2, Arsenal 3. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Crystal Palace. Now, some of you might not know, but this is a derby, and let me tell you how it all started. It all started years ago in a... Oh, no, wait, sorry. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that this is a derby, other than Brighton and Crystal Palace fans. Nobody even knows that it is, but hey-ho, I'm sure I'll get some crap from Brighton fans in the comments because I'm disrespecting their history. I don't really care. Look, you're a good side. You're doing great in the Premier League. Palace are also doing really well under Vieira. But Brighton don't have this habit of just drawing far too many games. This was a 1-1 draw when it was at Selhurst Park. And Brighton, it was pretty much daylight robbery. Maupay nicked it in the last minute. Palace have found a new shining star in Olise. He looks really good. I'm looking forward to see him playing in this game. And generally, I'm expecting a very open game of football from two good footballing sides. So a good game, but not a lot of goals. And honours even, not surprisingly, 1-1. And now we come to the first of our FA Cup rematches, if you like. Aston Villa versus Man United. Man United progressed in the FA Cup. Another classic Ralph Rangnick performance. Boy, has he changed this side. Boy, has he turned them into a pressing machine. Just like Bayern Munich, just like RB Leipzig. No, sorry. It's difficult to say. Look, there haven't been many improvements, has there, for Man U? They're still stuttering, spluttering away, but getting the job done. Villa will feel hard done by in that game. I thought there was a period in that second half, actually in the first half as well, where Villa played much the better football and Man United were hanging on. Disallowed goal was a little bit dodgy. Personally, I think it should have been disallowed, but that's just me. Marcus Rashford sulking away a storm. Bruno Fernandes, I hate to be a bit coarse with my language, but he's just looking like a little bitch these days, isn't he? Moaning about every little thing. But Ronaldo will come back into it for Man U. But I think Villa are going to win this game. I don't know why. Call me crazy. I'm just not impressed with Man United. And I think that Villa will get revenge on going out of the FA Cup and a golden day for Steven Gerrard against his bitter rivals. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. Newcastle United versus Watford is a basement battle galore, isn't it? It's your proverbial 6-pointer down there. Both sides desperate for wins. Neither one of these sides can keep clean sheets. So expect both sides to score. If you're looking at it from a betting point of view, that just makes sense to me. Watford will be looking to Dennis to carry on his great form. Newcastle will be hoping that they've brought somebody in by the time this game is played. Look, the Trippier signing is a good start. I know people like to make fun of the fact that they lost to Cambridge, and it is an embarrassing result. Brilliant for Cambridge, but very embarrassing for Newcastle. Those fans are ready to turn if things don't go well in this game, and I really don't know why I'm doing it, but I am going to be backing Newcastle in this match. I'm not sure why. I just feel that they will get the victory here, and boy, I really don't have a lot of substance to back up why I'm doing it. It's just really a gut feel, but I am going for Newcastle United 2, Watford 1. Liverpool versus Brentford. I've got down a cut and dry Liverpool win, but Brentford I'm sure will make a good account of themselves and it'll be a great trip to Anfield. I know I feel like I'm like when you rustle a child's hair or pat a dog on the head by saying I'm sure they'll make a good account of themselves. Brentford are doing fantastically well in the Premier League. So they could quite easily cause an upset here. They got a point against Liverpool at the Brentford Community Stadium earlier on in the season. So they could get something. We know Liverpool are missing players. They're missing those front two of Mane and Salah. And they're missing Keita as well. So it's whether Liverpool will feel the effect of missing those players. I think they're still going to have enough to get the job done. They've still got Firmino, they've still got Jota, and they've still got a very strong defence. And I think that Brentford can put up a good account for themselves, but ultimately Liverpool will be too strong, and Liverpool need the win. They just got to keep some pace with City, and if I'm predicting Chelsea to beat City, then this will put Liverpool right back in the hunt, or so they will think. 2-0 to the Reds. West Ham United versus Leeds United is our second FA Cup rematch, and this one is again played at the London Stadium, and it was 2-0 to West Ham in the FA Cup, and I think it's going to be 2-0 again. I just think West Ham were way too strong for Leeds, and they could have won that game by more. Look, Leeds are a good side. We know the story. It's injuries, and that has taken a massive toll on their season. But West Ham are better than this Leeds side, and they've been very, very, very good at home, bearing the odd blip like against Southampton, and generally the atmosphere has been fantastic there as well. Jarrod Bowen is a player. If he's in your team, everyone's going to love him, aren't they? He works hard, he's got a lot of energy, and he's everywhere on the pitch. So I think he's going to have another good game, and I think the West Ham are again going to win by 2-0. Burnley versus Leicester City. Look, it's looking really bad for Burnley, isn't it? This really could be the season where they go down. They've only won one game all season. Pretty miserable performance in the FA Cup for them as well, going out to Huddersfield. Leicester definitely look like they are back in the groove, although they are going to be missing Vardy out for some time. But Maddison's looking really good up top for them, pulling the strings. The likes of Tielemans in there. They've still got so much quality. Burnley will test them. Oh, God, I hate saying this every week. I say this all the time. It probably isn't going to come true. But you'd think Burnley are going to put this Leicester side under a lot of pressure from set pieces, because that's been Leicester's glaring weakness all season, and even going back into the last season. It's something that Rodgers has never really addressed with this Leicester side. So I think Burnley can get something out of it. Leicester will tear Burnley to shreds at times, but I am going to think the Clarets are going to get something out of it, if I can speak. 2-2 draw. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Southampton. Look, what a great win for Wolves. What a great time it is to be a Wolves fan. They may not be the most exciting side to watch, and you may have to go and be patient when you watch Wolverhampton Wanderers, because they don't do goals in any capacity. I know they had a big win against Sheffield United in the FA Cup, but that 1-0 win against Man United is like once in a generation type result there. And João Moutinho, a lot of people wonder what he's doing at a club like Wolves, but it just shows you that Wolves are a good Premier League side now, and they can attract players, and he's been there for a number of years with his sort of quality. It just shows you that this is a side that really deserves to be up there pushing for European and an outside bet for Champions League, or I do think that is a big outside bet. They've got weapons that will hurt this Southampton side, and I think Saints will find it very frustrating against this really stubborn Wolves outfit. It's a classic Wolves 1-0. And we end with Norwich City versus Everton. Look, Everton fans, we know you hate Rafa. You know the majority of you want him out, but he's probably going to be there for the season, and you just need to get through it. I think you're going to win this game. If you can't beat Norwich, who can you beat? Norwich fans, all you need to do is just close your eyes and wish that you're back in the Championship, because believe me, you'll be there very soon. A matter of months, in fact. This year, in fact, later on this year, you could be happy because you'll be back in the Championship, and you'll probably end up winning it. And it'll all seem like that nightmare of being in the Premier League is behind you for another year, until you get promoted again, and it all starts again. It's a horrible circle, but there are worse things in football. Trust me, from a side that's played in the National League. Yikes. But yeah, Norwich are pretty terrible. I'd love Josh Sargent to do something, because I'm like the only person that's like a fan of him, I think, but he hasn't done much yet. Everton just about squeeze over the line. 1-0 win for the Toffees, and Rafa 5-year contract extension. And that will do it. That will do it for our Premier League new look preview prediction show. That's what we're going with. I hope that you enjoyed it. And remember, I don't want predictions down below. I want you to tell me which team you support and what you need to do to strengthen in January. It doesn't have to be Premier League clubs. It can be any club that you like. Like, for example, I know Robert Allen will say stuff about Oxford United. God bless him. But that is all I've got time for. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and all of that jazz. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.